are listening to the Business Casual Podcast, and I'm your host, Carissa, from CarissaLene.com. What's up, you guys? Hope you're having a fantastic day. So I got some time. Little guy and daddy is out for just a few minutes, and that's perfect because thankfully these podcast episodes are short, sweet, and to the point. So I want to, of course, thank you for, of course, listening every single day, and thank you for subscribing and reviewing and sharing with all your wonderful people. I really appreciate it. So today, I want to chat with you about email sequences and or autoresponders and email series. That's all around the same thing, okay? They name differently depending on what platform you're using, but essentially they're the same exact thing. Now, I sometimes do email audits, and if you're lucky enough, you'll, of course, have me audit your welcome sequence, but I do them because I want to encourage my subscribers to really beef up their sequences and create a high and converting one that can actually bring them clients or customers or whatever that goal is. Now, the thing that I'm finding that is a bit of a disconnect is that there is no real goal through a sequence, even though they have a goal. So even though you may have a goal that you want people to do when they go through your welcome sequence, maybe it is you want them to join your community. You want them to buy your ebook. You want them to reply back or engage and comment and whatever else. But you're not making that goal really obvious for them, right? And a lot of times when we are creating sequences, when we're writing them up and crafting them to be the best they can be, we are just like really in the moment, right? Or we're really confused. So I want to help you kind of get over the confusion. And I'm going to give you a couple tips to be sure that you can make sure that your goal for your sequence is really understood for all parties involved, you and the subscriber. Okay, so let's get into it. So with your sequence, one thing you want to be sure that you're doing is you're actually talking about the goal. So you may not mention the name of the ebook specifically, right? But you maybe want to hint to it. You want to make some connection to it. You want to just share something that has to do with the ebook or whatever you're trying to get them to buy or do. Share that within the sequence. So what I mean by that is you're going to share it throughout your email. So maybe your emails are about 5 emails long. And so you want to kind of, in every email, you want to make a connection between what they are reading, right? What are you teaching them? What are you educating them about? What value you're giving them? What useful tips you're sharing? Make the connection from that to whatever your goal is, okay? If you want them to join your Facebook group, you need to make that obvious, okay? And linking it at the very bottom of the email is not going to cut it, all right? So one of the ways you can definitely beef up your most obvious goal is to make a link and link throughout the email. Now, I wouldn't go crazy and link every other word or link every paragraph, but I would link at least twice in your emails, okay? That way, if they don't read all of the email, from top to bottom, they can at least skim through it a little bit, right? And they can see the links where they are the most obvious, and they can at least read around that area to see if they're interested in it or not, right? And that kind of just helps to make sure that they're actually going to see your link to click on it, okay? And so the thing, of course, is that we want to make those click-through rates, want them, which it's click-through rates actually just means that they're actually clicking your link that's in your emails, right? So we want to make those click-through rates, increase email by email, or at least be at a consistent high level mark, right? So make those links, make them obvious, put them at least twice in your emails if you have to. If you don't have a link to anything, just make the connection known through every single email. Facebook group, if you want them to join it, say that, okay? Actually tell them, hey, go ahead and join me, or share with your results. Share your results in my Facebook group here, or let me know what you think in my Facebook group, something like that, right? Or if it's Twitter, or if it's Pinterest, or if it's YouTube, wherever it's at, make that connection known, okay? And then give them that link and make the link obvious by sharing it or giving the link, including the link at least twice in your email. Okay. So another thing is that's important to be sure when you're trying to create this, you're trying to get them to a certain goal, is to share a little bit about what that goal, what reaching that goal would do for them. So if it's just to join your Facebook group and they haven't yet, then maybe you can talk about the community in your Facebook group. You can talk about the people that's within it that's giving it such an amazing vibe. You can talk about the results people have gotten just from being inside of the group, right? You can maybe share some of your Facebook group threads inside of your emails, like screenshot of some of your, your posts and your threads in your Facebook group, and share to them like what the aha moments that people are getting just from being in your community, right? Or just tell them what's included in the Facebook group, or what's included in the ebook that you want them to buy, what's included in, that course you're trying to get them to check out. Just share with them a little bit more in detail about what they're going to get, so they can be a little bit more excited. It can be a little bit more anxious to be a part of this community, right? Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3, and the last tip I want to share with you is that you want to make sure you are trying to get those headlines or subject lines together. All right. So listen, I am not a copywriter at all. Right. So I like to write the way I speak. And so sometimes when I speak, besides speaking fast, it's kind of like really corny or lame, or it's really kind of like genius. And I try out those headlines or subject lines just depending on the email. So if it's corny and lame, I may try it out and see how it works. And sometimes it works great. Sometimes it's a flop, right? If you have an email provider that has a way for you to A/B test, which is basically means that you are taking the same email, right? The same structure of the same email, and you're just going to change out the subject lines in both of those emails. So subject line 1 would be your A subject, and subject line B would be your B subject, right? And so what you want to do is you want to see which one converts the best. So which one makes your readers open up the email. Because a lot of times, you guys, readers do not open up your emails. Subscribers don't open up your emails until they actually connect to your subject line. With that being said, I want you to beef up those clicks, all right? Include them a couple times. I want you to do some testing with your subject lines. Go out there and find some that's converting, or find some that you like in your own email inbox, and see how you can make that relate to your own business, right? And then I want you to make that one goal really obvious, right? You're going to link to it. You're going to mention it. You're going to make the connection known through every email. You're going to take them on a journey that's going to get them to where you need them to be. Okay. All right, you guys. So that's my 3 tips today I have for you to just really get your welcome sequences in order to increase those conversions a little bit more. Of course, if you want to dab into my audit, I'll link it in the show notes or whatnot. Go and start the funnel shop on my website, and you can go ahead and get your audit for your welcome sequence done. I actually love doing these so much, because I print them out. I actually go through them and make notes and annotate and all these crazy things, highlight and stuff, because it reminds me back when I was studying to be a teacher, and it's just so fun. So if that's something that you're interested in, I definitely recommend you to do it. I will audit your welcome sequences just to be sure that they are highly engaging, high converting, and they're going to do what you want them to do, right? So go ahead, check that out, CarissaLene.com/thefunnelshop, and I will be back with another episode tomorrow. Bye, you guys. So that's it. That wraps up today's episode of the Business Casual Podcast. If you loved today's episode, I would so appreciate it if you go on over to iTunes and subscribe and leave a review and a comment to let everyone know how much you enjoyed today's episode and the podcast in general. If you would like to, please share this out with any of your friends on social media. You can always keep up to date with all things the Business Casual Podcast on thebusinesscasualpodcast.com. And if you want to join a fabulous group of new and inspiring business owners, then I highly recommend you join us inside of the Launchers Lounge on Facebook, simply by going to thebusinesscasualpodcast.com/community, and I'll meet you there. Don't forget, if you're on Stitcher, rate and review us there. We are hanging out on Stitcher as well. And of course, if you want to be a guest on the show, or if you just want to get your question answered, go to thebusinesscasualpodcast.com/ask, and I will answer your question live on the show. And that's all for today. I'll see you on the next episode of the Business Casual Podcast. Bye, you guys.